Hello, Marcelo. How are you today?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine, and you?
Very good. So, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from São Paulo, Brazil.
Awesome. Okay. So, what time is it in Brazil right now?
15.
3 o'clock?
It's 3 p.m. here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. It's I'm in Idaho, um, U.S. in the States, and
Oh, great.
right now it's noon.
Oh,
So I didn't realize that Brazil was that far ahead because it sounds like it's 3 hours. So for some reason, I thought it was the same as Mexico.
yes, I think
So,
that's same.
hello?
Hi.
Okay, I can hear you.
Uh,
All right. Yeah, so have you been studying Verbling a lot?
no, no, I started to use Verbling. I think that 3 months ago.
Ah, okay.
So I canceled my account, and now I have a job interview in English. So
Oh,
I have to run with my English too.
uh-huh. So you need to brush up your skills and
Yes,
start
yes.
practicing. Okay.
Because I can read and write, but my conversation needs a I need to practice it to
Uh-huh.
review my English skills.
hmm And reading and writing, well, reading and listening are what we call passive skills,
Yes.
and then writing and speaking are
Oh, nice.
productive skills. So hello, Michael. How are you today?
Hey there. Doing well, how are you?
Pretty good, very good, actually. So where are you calling from?
I'm from Russia. Where are you from?
Russia. I'm from the U.S. I'm from Idaho, which is
Oh,
Idaho is a very small. Well, it's not small. The state is large, but it's actually we have few people. We have about 3 million
Mm-hmm.
in the entire state, and my town has about 850 people that I
What,
normally live in.
what's the town name?
The town that I normally live in is Greenleaf. Right now, I'm staying at a friend's house in Boise, and which is the capital city. And Boise has about 250,000 people.
Okay. What I've heard, so I never heard about Greenleaf and Boise, but I've heard about Idaho, and what I know that it's countryside type of state. What I
It
mean, you
is.
don't have like skyscrapers or something. You have more like forest, like I don't know, hills, things like that,
Yeah, it's
and
actually
houses.
more we would say more rural.
Yeah, rural.
Yeah, and I mean, Boise is the capital, and so Boise is the
Mhm.
largest city, and so 250,000, and then the Boise, what we say the Boise metropolitan area,
Okay.
uh, that has about 500,000.
Okay.
So that would be you can say something a city metropolitan area that would be the city that you're talking about, and then the surrounding areas around that.
Okay.
So Los Angeles metropolitan area, New York metropolitan area, that kind of thing.
Like
So
outskirts.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yes, Idaho is very rural.
Yeah,
So,
rural.
hi Juan Pedro, where are you calling from? And welcome.
I'm fine, thanks. I'm from Spain.
Spain. Okay. Okay, excellent. So we've got Michael from Brazil, and Marcelo. Oh, I've already forgotten.
I'm
Okay.
from Brazil.
No, okay. Michael's from Russia. Marcelo's from Brazil. I'm sorry, I got
Yes.
it mixed up.
Mhm.
Juan Pedro's from
Spain.
Spain. Okay, this is why these classes are so cool, because we've got people from all over the country, all over the world. I just love it. So, so today actually we're going to systematically go over an exercise that I found on business meetings. First of all, do you guys attend business meetings very often?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I usually have meetings.
Mm-hmm. And are they in English or are they in Spanish?
No, in Spanish.
Spanish, okay.
It's possible to have English meetings, but it's not possible to me because my English is not so good that I like.
Mm-hmm. So it's not as good, as you would like. So you'd say my English is not. I'm writing it down as good as you would like, or as I would like. So okay, and Michael, do you go to business meetings very often? And is it in English or in Russian? Michael? Either his microphone isn't working or he stepped away. Okay. And then Marcelo, have you gone to business meetings very often?
Yes, I have, but most of these business meetings are in Portuguese.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
English not usual in my case.
Yeah, okay. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start out with the vocabulary of business meetings, and then we'll go kind of on there, and then we'll end up with a discussion. And then I have some other material in case we go through this very quickly. So let me go ahead and screen share and show you the exercise. And if you guys, I can't remember whether I added this onto the course, so if you guys want these handouts, let me know, and I will, after the class, I will put them as an attachment so that you guys can have them. So, do you guys see this?
Yes.
Types of meetings. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so what I'm going to do first is you guys can put yourself on mute if you'd like, and I'm going to read through each one of these words, and you can repeat after me if you'd like, just so that we can get the correct pronunciation. The first one is a job interview, and then an annual general meeting, a teleconference, an appraisal meeting, a team building meeting, and then a management meeting. Okay, so these are the types of meetings. And so this is a basic matching activity. So what we want to do is match these words with these definitions. So A would be communicate with remote workers. B, discuss an employee's performance. C, elect the company board of directors in a publicly owned corporation. D, recruit a new employee. E, solve problems, make decisions, set policy. And F, strengthen relationships between colleagues and resolve conflicts. Okay, so let's start with Marcelo. Which can you go ahead and match one of these?
Yes, a job interview, recruit new people,
Recruit a new employee. Okay, so that would be D. Excellent. Oops. Okay. You don't need more than one D. So that would be D. So do you go on job interviews very often, Marcelo?
Yes, now I am looking for a new job, and
Uh-huh.
I need to go to a lot of interviews.
Uh-huh.
Today I went to one, for example.
Okay. And so what industry do you work in?
I work with marketing, digital marketing.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And Michael, are you there yet? Are you back? Yeah, he must have stepped away. I'm not sure. Juan Pedro.
Yeah,
Oh, you here? You are here. Okay. Have you gone on a job interview recently?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it in English or in Russian?
Yeah, in English. Only in English. I work actually in an English-speaking company, and I work
Uh-huh.
only in English.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. So you've gone to one recently. What can I ask what industry you work in?
Well, I don't know how to say industry. It's kind of computer related, but it's not technical or programming. But let's say I don't know how to say. It's a computer job. I mean, it's I'm sitting in front of the computer.
Okay. So maybe an IT related job or
No,
something
it's
like
not.
that.
Not at all. Not at
Not
all.
a, okay.
More related
Uh,
with journalism, maybe I would say.
okay. So more communication type of situation. Okay. And Juan Pedro, have you been on a job interview recently?
No, I haven't had a job interview recently.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I am
So
a
what?
public servant.
Okay, public service. Awesome. Okay.
Mhm.
And how long have you had the job?
Can you repeat, please?
How long have you worked there?
Okay. I've been working for 20 years.
20 years. Okay, so it has been a long time since you were at a
Yes.
job interview. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes. So,
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go to the next person. Michael, can you match one of these?
Okay. So an annual general meeting.
Mm-hmm.
It's mm, 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 okay. E. Solve problems, make decisions, set policy.
Actually, there's another one that we do that.
Strengthen a relationship between colleagues and resolve conflicts.
Mm-mm.
Elect the company board of directors in a public-owned corporation.
Corporation, yeah. So, say for example, you work for Microsoft or Nokia. Those are publicly owned organizations, and so every year they have an annual general meeting where the people that own stock can go to. And that's where they elect the board of directors and then they go over any kind of policies that they have to deal with. So has anybody here ever been to an annual general meeting?
Yes, I
Yeah.
was.
Okay. Could you tell us about it, Marcella? What is it like?
As it's when I participated on an annual general meeting, my old company paid a trip to the employees to go to a hotel in a other city and made a lot of activities with the people with they demonstrated the results of the year, the conquers, and I think that it was it's what we did.
Was it a positive meeting?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's definitely from what I've heard about general meetings is they actually I think what you described, they demonstrate the results of the year. So they explain what what they've spent their money on and so forth. So, yeah, thank you very much. Aka was here and then he left. Okay. So, uh, number 3, Juan Pedro, can you match that?
Teleconference. A. Communicate with remote workers.
Okay. And have any of you guys ever been in a teleconference situation in your work life?
Yes, I've been many colleagues of mine that have been having this kind of communication. Yes.
And was it easy to understand at first? Or
No,
was it in English?
No, it's very difficult because each person have a special pronunciation, and it's difficult. Well, it's not so difficult than if you are speaking English by phone, because you are watching the person, but sometimes the mouth, you can see the mouth, and is the problem. But if you can see the mouth and you can hear the conversation, is easier, no? And but it's difficult. It's difficult because each person has a special pronunciation, and it's difficult. Yes.
So do you find taking classes at Verbling helps a bit, because each of the teachers of the classes you take have a different pronunciation, and many times we're screen sharing, so you can't see us?
No, I love this kind of communication by Verbling. I love because I'm used to using this in the best way. My ears, my eyes. It forced me to pay attention more and more. It's a good way. It's a good way for me.
Yeah, it's a great practice. I think I'm going to tell some of my former students about this. So
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, and how about you, Michael? Have you ever participated in a teleconference for your work?
Sure, I participated many times. I worked in another international international or multinational. Like they had like offices in the United States and in London, and we had a kind of team meeting.
Okay.
With the project manager from London. He was the bigwig guy, and we had like a kind of discussion.
Okay. And how about you, Marcelo? Have you ever had an opportunity to be part of a teleconference at work?
Yes, I had, but all of these meetings was in Portuguese.
Oh, okay. So you were lucky.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And I used a lot of Skype to do these meetings.
Yeah. Okay. So you utilize Skype. It's interesting because some companies use Skype exclusively, and then some companies won't let their employees have Skype at all. So I find that kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I was part of a company one time for about 2 years where what we did, we were all language teachers and linguists, and we wrote language tests. So we wrote multiple choice tests, and all of us worked at home. And daily, we would all get on Skype, and we had Skype chats and all kinds of stuff, and everything was Skype based.
Yes, I think that's a modern way to work, no?
Yeah. Not all the companies are modern enough for that, but it was really nice. I really liked that. I just love working at home. So,
Yes.
yeah. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Marcella, what is an appraisal meeting?
B. Discuss an employee's performance.
Okay. And in your jobs, have you guys have you had appraisal meetings very often?
Not so much. I think that I had some kind of discussion only when we had a problem or something like that. I think that's wrong because a good boss needs to talk with their employees. I think that the employee needs a feedback frequently.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. But I think a lot of companies, I've been in several companies where there was no appraisal at all for the 2 years I was part of it. So, Michael, how about you? Do they give annual appraisals at your company, or is it every once in a while, or not at all?
Was that annual appraisal? An appraisal meeting?
Yeah, an appraisal meeting is B. It's when you meet with your boss and they discuss your employee performance. And so you can also call it a performance review. So an appraisal meeting can also be called a performance review.
I think that will be will be like semestral, like once in 4 months, and would be in another way, not a discussion with boss, but some kind of testing,
Okay. So testing is not really a discussion with the boss.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Why should you discuss with someone if they can test your knowledge?
Okay. Yeah. I guess it has like some performance reviews. They will have whatever they talk about your attitude.
Oh, okay.
That kind of stuff as well. Not just the technical part of your job, but the maybe the soft. Have you guys ever heard of this? There's soft skills.
No.
And soft skills and then hard skills. You guys ever heard that in English?
No.
Soft skills has to do with how well you get along with other people, social skills, your negotiation, your ability to negotiate, that kind of stuff. And hard skills has more to do with the technical part of your job. So soft skills would be more the social part of your job. And hard skills is the technical part. So, anyway, welcome. Aka is still having problems. Okay, hopefully he'll come in. So, Juan Pedro, do you participate in performance reviews or appraisal meetings very often in your job?
No, in my case, it's not necessary, but there are a lot of not exactly appraisal. Is for communicating problems that could be resolved.
Okay. Yeah, so when there is an issue, then that's the best time to talk about it. Okay, let's go to the next one. Michael, could you match that? A team building a team building meeting? What happens there?
Okay, it's strengthen relationships between colleagues and resolve conflicts.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Okay, and that would be F. Okay. Okay, and do you guys have team building meetings very often in your companies? How about we start with Michael?
No, I don't think so, because I used to work in a company where we could complain to one another person, so we didn't need this kind of meetings.
Yeah.
I mean, but if we had some kind of meeting, there are like people were afraid of confrontation. So basically, you couldn't say, "Hey, he's a jerk. He's a jerk." You couldn't say like that because he would reply negatively as well, like, and would start like some kind of misunderstanding. But usually we complained by an email, writing to the right person. We describe the situation, and that's all.
Okay, so so in a lot of ways, when you did have those kind of meetings, the meetings were counterproductive.
Yep, something like that.
Yeah, have you ever heard that term, counterproductive?
Yeah, not productive.
Yeah, so counterproductive is not productive, and that's a way you can describe a meeting like that. Oh yeah, we stopped doing meetings, team building meetings, because they were counterproductive. So they were not strengthening relationships and resolving conflicts. They were just nothing. So. Okay.
What I mean is we didn't have especially for that to strengthen the relationship, but it was like week meeting, yeah, and you could complain about something like there, but no one complained. All complaints were in email form.
Yeah, because everybody kept their mouth shut because they were worried about their job. You know.
Yeah, you. So it's kind of weird to complain to another person in front of the person about whom you complain, and it's not comfortable to complain.
Yeah. Okay. Marcelo, have you gone to, in your past job or your current job, do you go to team building meetings very often?
Frequently, but sometimes are counterproductive, but most of it was productive.
Okay. Yeah. So
every time I had meetings.
So it actually depends on it sounds like depends on the corporate culture of the company. So Marcelo's company, those kind of meetings work, but with Michael's company they don't. So how about you, Juan Pedro? In your organization, do you guys have team building meetings very often?
Mine?
Yeah.
I usually go. I usually have one meeting a week. One meeting a week.
Oh, really? A team meeting? Team meeting,
exactly. Team meeting a week. Team meeting.
Okay.
Yes.
Are they counterproductive or are they productive?
No, it's about to resolve conflicts.
Okay, and does it work?
Yes, due to complaints and due to something wrong, it's necessary to to update every not every day, but almost.
Mm-hmm. So in one thing that in English, from what you and Marcella have described to me, it sounds like at least in your corporate cultures, it is okay to clear the air. So if you clear the air, that means it's okay for you to say something about a situation, and try to if two people are upset with each other, if you clear the air, then it's out. They're no longer upset because they've been able to talk about it. So this is an idiom or a phrase that that you guys might find useful. Let's clear the air today. Let's talk about the problem or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So so number 6, management meeting. Marcelo, that would be what?
Solve problems, make decisions, set policy.
Exactly. And are any of you guys in management?
I think that the management meetings, in the case of the companies that I worked, these meetings occurred when they went to fire some people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because they don't talk a lot. They only will talk with people or give a return or something. Talk about the work. And I think it's a problem because they have to clear the air with more with more frequency.
Yeah, so they don't meet as much as they should in your corporation.
Yes.
Yeah, in the company that I just recently, I was working in a company as a corporate trainer, and then for a while as a supervisor, and I decided I wanted to go back into teaching full time and online, and so I quit at the end of July. And at that company, it was like all of they had management meetings all the time. And they actually didn't have management meetings near as much as it seemed like. According to one of my colleagues, got promoted to that job, and he was like, "Yeah, I thought they were in management meetings, all day, but it turns out it was just like twice a day." So
sometimes it's all of them are counterproductive.
Yeah, sometimes it depends on the corporation. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Michael, let's go to the next section. In which type of meeting would you hear each of the following statements or questions? So Michael, can you do the first one?
Why do you want to work for this company? In a job interview.
Okay, definitely that would be a job interview.
Yeah.
Okay. And Juan Pedro, could you do number 2?
We seem to be breaking up. Is everything all right with your connection? Is everything all right with your connection?
Yeah, you would say, is everything.
Is everything. Is everything all right with your connection?
Okay, and which one would that be? Which kind of meeting? Where would you say that?
I think is a teleconference.
Yes.
It's, no?
Yep, exactly. It is a teleconference.
In a job interview.
And it could be a job interview, actually. You're right. Especially if it's they have, a lot of times they do the, have you guys heard this word, the screening interview?
What was that?
That's usually the first. The screening interview is when, like one of the HR representatives call you on the telephone,
Oh, okay.
and they talk to you to see if you even want to go further. So the first interview usually is a teleconference or over the telephone, and they call it a screening. And then if you pass that, then they'll invite you into the company. At least that's been my experience. So.
Okay.
Is it the same in your countries?
Yeah, I've been called like by some employer, and they ask some basic questions, like a couple of questions, and after that they said like about the salary, about the expectations, how much do you expect, like salary, what salary do you expect, what some basic questions, like 5-10 questions, and after that they said like, okay, for tomorrow let's schedule an interview.
Yeah, that's exactly the case. All right, let's go to the next one. Number 3, Marcelo.
What can I do to improve my performance rating?
Okay, and which one is that?
Number 4, an appraisal meeting.
Okay, yes, number 4. An appraisal meeting, and I just wrote 4 down on this top one, and it's not 4. It's a 1, or no, it's 1. So forget that 4 thing. It shouldn't be there. Anyway, number 4, Juan Pedro.
I think we really need to start cutting costs.
So what meetings would that be?
I think is a 6, a management meeting.
Yes, it is 6. So, hi David, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Great, very good. And remind me where you're calling from.
Okay, I'm from Spain, but
Spain. Okay.
Currently I'm in Helsinki.
Oh.
For business. So when I joined in Berlin and I saw your class, I said, "Oh, perfect for me today."
Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, I lived in Tampere for 11 years, which is just 2 hours north of Helsinki.
Oh, fantastic.
And basically, except for maybe 2 or 3 times, I went to Helsinki to tour around. The rest of that time, the only times I would go to Helsinki would be for meetings. So.
Yeah, I like the city. I don't have enough time to travel. I would like to go to the parliament and to the cathedral or something like that. But I don't have enough time.
Yeah.
I think the rest of the week I could go.
Well, cool. Well, welcome, and eat some Finnish food for your Verbeling teacher, please. And
okay.
I moved away from there 5 years ago. So, okay. So we are on the business meetings, and we're actually talking about. First of all, we're talking about the types of business meetings first. And then we're going to go on to some other collocations and so forth. So the last one, I think we really need to cut costs. That's a management meeting. And so number 5, Marcelo, what would be for that one?
So let's review last year's financial results. I think that's an annual general meeting.
Okay, and it also theoretically could also be a management meeting. What do you guys think? Do the managers also go over the financial results?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next section. So this is we've got different verbs here, and they all have to do with meetings. So can we match these words with these verbs with the correct sentence? Okay, so if anybody wants to start, we'll start with number 1. I think we need to a meeting to discuss the issue.
I think we need to reschedule a meeting to discuss the issue.
No, we're not rescheduling.
Oh,
Now, if it were schedule, that would be correct, but not reschedule.
okay.
Anybody else have a suggestion?
Attend.
No.
To hold a meeting.
Yes, I think we need to hold a meeting to discuss the issue, and the reason schedule, if you had schedule, that's the same as hold, and attend. What the number 1 is saying is they're suggesting a meeting. They're suggesting they have a meeting. So if you try to use attend in there, it's kind of odd because attend really means the meeting has already been called. It's already been decided to have. Okay? So number 2, I can't make it on Friday. Can we blank the meeting? And there's actually 2 possibilities that would work. Okay, yeah, reschedule would work, and there's another one actually that would work as well.
Cancel.
Yes. And cancel. Okay.
What's that? Was there another word for cancel, like call off? Call off, yeah.
Yeah, call off. Call off would be a one, and yeah, cancel, call off. Those are the only 2 I can think of right now. So, number 3. Could someone read that?
Attend.
Yes.
Attend.
Attend, yes. Are you going to attend tomorrow's meeting? Everybody is coming. Okay, number 4.
Call.
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 Hold.
Call. Hold would work. HR managers usually hold job interviews with potential, and they also, the other one would be end. They end the meeting. Job interviews.
Okay.
Okay, number 5.
And.
Cancel.
It was getting late, so the boss decided. There's a lot of different choices here. Decided we can end the meeting. We can and we can also cancel the meeting. Everybody in the office was on sick leave, and also the other possibility for that one also would be to call. Call the meeting. Does anybody know what that means? And call a meeting. The first one too. Anybody know what it means? It's usually call a meeting.
So what did you say?
Do you guys know what it means to call a meeting?
Like to begin, to ask everyone to come into the conference room. Tell to everybody about that.
Yeah, it's basically to announce.
Yeah, announce.
Yeah. Okay, and announce basically, usually it's not planned. It's usually an unplanned meeting that the boss, he wants to call a meeting really quick because, you know, it's getting late or they need to discuss the issue. Okay, number 6. Everybody in the office was on sick leave, so the manager decided to
reschedule.
Okay, yeah, there's 2 possibles for this one as well. Cancel. Or reschedule. I think the original author thought that each of these would go to one one would work with only one, but actually they work with a lot of the different ones. So what's the difference between cancel and reschedule?
Cancel, there is no meeting, and further, but the schedule is the same theme of the meeting a little bit later.
Okay, so you just reschedule for next week the same time, for example.
You know.
Okay. How often do you guys have meetings that get rescheduled? And I'll ask.
Every time.
And David, every day?
Every time.
Who said every time?
Who said that?
Quite often in my case.
Quite often in your case?
Yes,
Okay.
quite often.
Yeah, they just get rescheduled. I know when I was teaching English in Finland, I taught for 11 years. I would say that I had a English class get rescheduled at least twice a week. And the reason is I worked in companies, and we did, of course, it was business English and workplace English, and people were busy. And so, especially if it was a one-to-one, they would reschedule. So it's very common. All right, let's go to the next section. Okay, it says in pairs, but as a group, let's discuss the questions below. How often do you attend meetings? So, Juan Pedro, how many meetings do you have in a week, usually?
I usually attend meetings 3 times a week.
3 times a week, okay. And how about you, David?
No, I have several meetings per month. I don't know exactly how many. An average of 3, 4 per month, because most of them are abroad. So, for example, today I have had 4 meetings.
Wow.
But probably tomorrow it will be the same, and all the week will be meeting after meeting after meeting. But when I'm at home, in my office, I used to have maybe 1 or 2 meetings with customers per month.
Okay, so
But
what?
Completely crazy.
What industry do you work in?
I'm a software engineer.
Okay. Yeah. So that's so when you travel to, are you with clients, or are you at the head office, or?
Today the meetings were with the customers and with the director of the IT department of the company.
Okay.
So I'm accustomed to deal with the customers, not only in person, also via conference, video conference, or something like that.
So teleconference.
Yes.
Yeah. So you'd either you'd have to actually say, in this one you would either say teleconference. I'm writing this down. Teleconference or conference call. Because if you say like you said via conference, people would think, oh, so you meet at a because the conference is another way for another word for trade show.
Okay.
So, which I'm sure you meet with clients at trade shows as well, or conferences. But I think you meant at that time a teleconference. So, okay, and Marcelo, how many times a week usually do you attend meetings?
I don't know exactly the many meetings I have to, but I have a lot of meetings.
You have a lot of meetings?
Yes, every time I have a meeting.
Okay. And Michael, how about you?
How often do you attend meetings?
Yeah.
Well, on my previous job, I used to attend weekly meetings, like once per week. Like it was like from 5 to 1 hour meeting, like 5 minutes to 1 hour, depends on the projects. And we kind of discussed, like the project manager asked, like, on what stage are you now? And I was saying that I did this, I have to do this. That's kind of what difficulties do you have? And I was saying, like, I have this. I should do that. And he gave advices, like, because he was experienced in his job, so he gave lots of advice. But in this job, they kind of more communicate through email, and if they have some thing to say, like, they put that in email on a very good. They formulate everything very good. And if you have questions, you can ask them, or you can just write them the questions. So basically, we don't need meetings.
Okay. So which do you prefer? Do you prefer the job that you have now, where you have very few meetings, if at all, or do you like the job where you had a lot of meetings?
Well, it doesn't matter basically, because it's I work in different like industry and different type of job was. That's why we had those meetings, because of that. But it's really nothing changed. I mean, for me, nothing changed. Or I go to that meeting or no. It depends more for me. It depends the company where I work. I mean, if it's international company and it's like big company, you learn lots of new things. You gain new experiences. So that's what I can say off the top of my head.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, let's go on to the next question. Who is responsible for calling meetings in your company? And Marcelo, let's start with you.
I think that's my boss.
Okay, so the boss.
Yes, the boss is responsible for it.
Yeah, calling the meeting and scheduling.
Sometimes when a person is responsible for a job, this person call for it, but every time I think that's the boss.
Okay, and David, what about in your company? Who calls meetings?
Okay, first of all, as in Marcelo's case, the boss is responsible for call meeting, but I also work in the support team for our customers. So when they open a support ticket with an issue and the issue is very complicated, or we are not into, we are not able to close the support ticket soon, we always sometimes the customer or sometimes the support team suggest a call or a conference to fix the problem online, especially online. But yes, for example, I can call a meeting with a customer, for example.
Okay. Yeah, so it depends on really what's going on and what the meeting should be about, and who the key players are in the project and so forth, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Juan Pedro, how about in your company?
Yes. No, I don't have the responsibility for calling meetings. My boss is the responsible of this one.
So your boss is responsible for calling meetings.
Yes, in my case, is the responsible for calling meetings, and I don't have any opportunity to do that.
Okay. And Michael.
Bus. I don't know. Buses.
Okay. The boss does. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on to this next section, meeting problems and solutions. This is actually the last section, and we just have a few. Oh, well, these are different meeting problems. Study the meeting problems and match the underlined words to the definitions below. For number 1, things are behind schedule. Which one of these would be the would match with this? We're almost to the end of class, so I wanted to go through this. So things are behind schedule. These are meeting problems. So behind schedule, what would that be? Any suggestions?
B, letter B. Discussing issues that are not relevant.
No.
C, Charlie? You won't complete anything?
No. It's actually E.
Oh, no. Yes. No.
Yeah. When things are behind schedule, they're taking longer than planned. Okay. A few participants are dominating the meeting. Controlling, yes. Absolutely. Okay. And meetings are often used to deal with immediate problems.
Important.
To deal it's the phrasal verb to deal with.
Try to solve.
Try to solve.
Try to solve, yes. Okay. Key people don't attend.
Important,
yes.
Important.
Yeah. People don't follow through on action plans, tasks, and decisions after the meeting ends. I think that happens a lot.
C?
Yes. Or they don't do what they said that they would do. The participants are getting sidetracked. B. So when you when the participants get sidetracked, they came in to discuss issue A, and they end up discussing issue C the entire time. So they are sidetracked. Do we have time to finish? Oh. Okay. Well, we don't have time to finish. This does have the key in here, so do you guys want me to upload this onto the site so you guys can get this? You can if you want. Let me know. I do wish you luck, David, in your meetings in Helsinki. Is the Finnish accent easy to understand?
Well, in fact, there are people from several countries, from Portugal, from Great Britain,
okay.
from Finland. So it's very difficult because each one has its own accent. I have to change my chip, looking at every face, but it's okay. It's okay.
It works all right. And okay, well, you guys, everyone have a great day. As they say in Finnish, I don't know if you've heard this yet, David, hyvä päivä jatkoa, which means continue to have a great day. And so thank you very much for your attendance and participation, and I hope you were able to learn some words and you got something out of this. And have a wonderful day, and continue to have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good day.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.